Welcome, Ben. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, Andrew. And you?
Not so bad, thank you. Let's dive in with the latest movie news. And my word, Crocodile Dundee.
Yes!
Good day, losers.
There was a trailer released a couple of weeks ago. It was a teaser trailer, and it was Danny McBride in Paul Hogan's get-up from Crocodile Dundee. And it's a sequel called Dundee, the Son of a Legend Returns Home.
But is this the film or is this just an advert?
Yeah, well, that was the thing, because people immediately kind of went, because it looked so bad, people went, this can't be real, because it said summer 2018, and then it was kind of leaked that it was possibly like a tourism ad for Tourism Australia, and for like the Super Bowl, and it's pretty much is that, but they've released a bunch of different trailers, with Chris Hemsworth as Wally Jr., Crocodile Dundee's mate. And yes. Then the cast also includes Margot Robbie, Hugh Jackman as the Prime Minister of Australia, Isla Fisher, Ruby Rose, Liam Hemsworth, Luke Bracey, and Russell Crowe.
I don't just own this newspaper, son. I own this country. And Dundee's gonna learn who the most dangerous animal in Australia is. It's me.
Whatever.
It does sound like it's Tourism Australia throwing a lot of money at these people, because I don't think they could sustain that amount of salaries to make a full-length feature film.
Russell Crowe, the greatest actor in the world, he doesn't come cheap.
Indeed. However, moving straight on to talking about Brie Larson.
Yeah, we've seen her first look in costume as Captain Marvel, which looks awesome. Like, the costume itself looks amazing, but the only thing is, the colourway's a little bit off. Like, she's all in like a green get-up, as opposed to traditionally Captain Marvel is in like red, gold and blue. So I think someone did like a mock-up and they've recoloured it and it looks dead onto the comic books. But I think that's going to be her first get-up, because in the comic books, because there are two Captain Marvels, the first one is also going to appear in this, played by Jude Law, and I think she's going to get that outfit and then recolour it later in the film. Here's an interesting one. The new psychological thriller from Steven Soderbergh, which has been shot apparently entirely on an iPhone. Yes. This trailer's been released. Yeah, it looks all right. It looks really weird. It's a little bit kind of how to put it? Like, I'm not captivated by it. Like, you can tell it's shot on an iPhone. And I don't know what... Like, there was a film that got released a couple of years ago called Tangerine, and it's on Netflix at the moment, but that is entirely shot on an iPhone, and you can't really tell. And that is an excellent film. But this looks interesting. I'll say that. It's kind of like a psychological thriller. It's kind of like a stalk, like Claire Foy's being stalked, and then she ends up in a mental institution. It looks weird anyway, but it looks quite cool. Shazam, that's officially started filming now. Yeah, so Zachary Levi is going to be in it as Shazam, as well as, can't remember who's playing Billy Batson, but it's a Disney kid. But there's also a rumour that Henry Cavill is going to appear in it as Superman. It's unsure in what capacity he'll appear, but in the comics, Billy Batson kind of looks up to Superman as kind of his idol, and when he gets imbued with the powers of Shazam, he kind of copies himself from his idol, which is Superman. So Shazam looks a little bit like Superman, right? But he's just kind of like a child, like a big child, basically. It's got, the director described it as big but with superpowers. So it should be an interesting film. All right. Just quickly, I guess we have to say congratulations to La La Land. Yes. The soundtrack there won the best score at the recent Grammy Awards. Well deserved, I'd say. And they won another bunch of stuff as well. Let's move on to Mission Impossible Fallout. Well, yeah. So Henry Cavill is also going to be in this as well. Hopefully, this film was the reason he had weird plasticky upper lip in Justice League because of his mustache. It's been given an official title, which is Mission Impossible Fallout, like you said, and Tom Cruise revealed some details about his biggest practical stunt. He's claiming that this is one of the biggest practical stunts ever done, and there's only like one country that would let them do it, and I think it was in like Hungary or something like that. And it involves flying it's like he showed some footage on like Graham Norton, not footage, sorry, he showed some production stills on Graham Norton, and it involves him and 2 helicopters. There's one of him, there's no pilot flying the helicopter, and he's hanging out the side of the helicopter, because it won't be a Mission Impossible movie if he's not hanging out some side of aerial vehicle. But and then he's in a helicopter chasing Henry Cavill, who's in another helicopter, and then and there was also another one where he's hanging on the bottom of like a line suspended under a helicopter. I think Tom Cruise likes helicopters. I think that's the bottom line here. But he's going to be jumping around the place, so it looks incredible. He also showed footage of where he broke his ankle, because you remember production was halted for a while because he properly did it in, and you watch the footage, and wow, like you can tell.
Let's go to what is on the cinema this week, and we'll start with Day of the Dead Bloodline. Proud Mary. Den of Thieves, which is starring Gerard Butler, O'Shea Jackson Jr. and Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. Another couple to tell you about out this week: Showdown in Manila and Slumber, and I guess this one, Phantom Thread, starring Daniel Day-Lewis and Leslie Manville.
Now, we've said not very kind things about this film,
we have
we?
Indeed, and I think we may have been a little bit premature in our criticism, because it is doing very well in the reviews, and I will be rushing to the cinema this weekend to make sure I take it in and be able to come back and discuss it positively next week.
The Life and Times of a Dressmaker do seem quite interesting now, don't they?
Yes, indeed. Right, that's pretty much it. Let's take a look at the top 10 from last week, just briefly. The Post at number 9. The Greatest Showman still hanging on in there at number 8. Ferdinand, All the Money in the World at number 6. 12 Strong, number 5. Commuter, number 4.
How is that still hanging in?
Don't know. Jumanji is still doing very well.
Yeah, I've still yet to see it. I've heard it's actually quite good. So
very good.
Yeah.
And Maze Runner up there. Thank you very much.
Yo, where them kangaroos at?
Brian Dundee?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Why do you keep saying really?